very good morning to you again. If you're just joining us, guess what? It is that time. What time? It's time that we anticipate every single morning, so much so that we sing.
Indeed.
When tea time come, pan up,
No,
pan up.
no,
We don't
no,
want
we
no
don't
tea, pan
sing
up,
no
pan up.
tea time. What?
Oh, no, tea time.
Wrong song.
Wrong song. All right, good. All right, take two.
Get with it.
Ready?
Take two.
One,
From top. A very good morning to all
All
of you.
the way. All the way from top. Okay.
It is sunrise and we're at the headlines, and because we're excited about being at the headlines, because our queen is the headlines queen, TK, we sing.
When TK come,
Pan up. We don't want bad news, pan up.
Only good news,
Pan up.
With the vibes on it up,
Pan up.
I was really trying to fight it out, but it just gets to me. Good morning.
Good morning.
So good to see both of you, as always.
too.
Anyway, I have some things to jump into. We're going to jump right in, yes?
Okay,
So, ready?
let's go.
All right. So first up, additional loss for the agriculture sector. Jamaica's agriculture and fisheries sectors are grappling with huge losses following Tropical Storm Raphael, with preliminary damage estimates reaching $621 million. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green reports that the storm's heavy rains and flooding have severely impacted crucial farming parishes, including Manchester, Clarendon, St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, St. Mary, St. Catherine, and Westmoreland. An estimated 364 hectares of crops were destroyed, accounting for $200 million in crop losses alone. Livestock losses are tallied at $31 million, primarily in the poultry sector. Now, despite ongoing challenges, the government is pressing ahead with recovery efforts to support the battered sector and will utilize its production incentive program to fund initial assistance under the Hurricane Raphael response system. So, yeah, it's rough.
It's rough.
It's rough for our farmers.
Absolutely.
It's like hit after hit, though, and it's like we barely recovered from the barrel hit.
Yes.
Then comes Raphael, and I'm seeing that more rain is coming.
Yeah, there's a system out there.
Yeah, and it's not. I hate to say it, but it's just one of those things that I don't know how we go about guarding ourselves against this in the future. I don't know how that works. I don't know if you can.
Because it's Mother Nature. It's like, what do you do?
Exactly.
And then, of course, when these things happen, the farmers feel it because, of course, they are completely wiped out in some crops. And then we feel it because now demand rises, the prices hike up. So it's a no-win situation.
Yeah. And the prices hiking up is one thing, or you just can't get it
at all.
Yeah.
Right, until things normalize.
Let's try and find the good thing to focus on. Let's try and race to the good thing. And for me, the hurricane season is coming to a close, and we just hope that it really closes at the end of November, and we experience the other side, the better side of the hurricane season, being outside of the hurricane season, because I'm sure that the farmers are thinking the same thing right now.
Yeah.
So November, today 13th. 17 more days to go. Let's
17? Actually?
Well, can you imagine?
I always never know when it really done enough. I never know when it's done.
It's 30 days, half April, June.
I never learned that song.
I didn't know it either.
I don't know that song,
I still think of 31 days in September. So.
There's 31 days in everything except for February. That's in my mind. But, I was saying it to Dennis and Miss Kitty before that it's so funny that now we're like, oh my gosh, the rain and there's so much moisture and it's destroying crops and whatever. Do you remember just a few months ago we were like, oh my gosh, there's drought.
No rain.
There's no rain. We have no water lock off. And it's such a wild situation. I hope that there's a way to harvest this water and make it stretch for, I don't know.
My real question about protecting and guarding ourselves in the future is because there is something happening with our climate that is causing this major, what's it called? Like it's a pendulum swing. It's either this way or that way, and there is no in between anymore.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We have to see.
Emissions, gas emissions and other things, how humans affect the climate.
Yeah. Well,
it's real.
We'll everybody just look out for it in terms of our food supply and food prices. Can be changed right now.
No,
we just have to put up with it for now. So next up, another hospitality workforce protest in Montego Bay. So workers at the Secrets Wild Orchid in Montego Bay abandoned their duties to protest what they say are poor working conditions, including inadequate wages, excessive hours, and a lack of basic benefits. The protest, which took place yesterday morning, follows a similar demonstration at the Royal Tandy Grill in October and signals growing unrest among the hospitality workforce. The workers, some of whom claim they've been employed at the hotel for over a decade, say that despite previous calls for action, conditions have only worsened, with many employees being forced to work overtime without compensation or receiving wages that do not meet the rising cost of living. And the process led to an emergency meeting in the afternoon with the Ministry of Labour and Management and staff of the Secrets Wild Orchid. So we'll follow as the story develops.
This is such an important sector for the country. Tourists come in and they bring in that dollar, the green-colored dollar that we love so much. And we would think that because of the earnings, that the operators of the various hotels would have enough to treat their staff well. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty strange, and it's recurring, and from one to the next in that sector. It's really worrying, and I can't imagine what it is like for someone who paid for a week vacation and they would go down for breakfast and hear that there's no breakfast this morning.
And because of social media, we're very privy to what people think, feel, how it's no
it's no secret.
It's good. We work so hard to make our visitors have the best time, the most exquisite experience at all of these hotels, that it's hard to believe that the people who are making that happen, who is our everyday staff, who is there, the chefs, the ladies who do housekeeping,
maintenance of the grounds, because the grounds are beautiful, taking care of the pool.
All of these people come together to make this an unforgettable experience for people who fly in and spend that money. And there has to be some attention and care given to these men and women who create these experiences for everybody who comes. And the internet is a tricky thing because it can highlight the best, the worst, but it can also magnify when we have issues that need to be dealt with, and they have to use their voices in the way to get the attention that they need. When you see people working over a decade at a place, and I'm sure there are all the right ways to go and the routes to go before we do this, but when it comes to this, tough. They're heard.
One last thing, management, this, take care of the internal customers as well as the external customers. It's very important. The internal, them first.
Tourism is too important to the country for this to be happening. That's what I say. I say
bad luck.
We speak too highly about our industry for the people who make it happen to be suffering in any way, shape, or form.
And the internet ain't helping us.
I'm hoping that this is rectified, sorted, and everybody is good to go. All right.
So and other places take note too. Because it will literally you take care of your people so that this doesn't become a thing.
All right, so next up, let's go to some Why Not Wednesday, right? Let's do that.
NASA.
Woman adopts 8 realistic dolls. Okay, so a Long Island woman says she's an adoptive mom. Where are you going? Tami, come back. Come back.
I'm coming with it. Just give me a second. Give me a second.
Come back. There's more. Okay, so a Long Island woman says she's an adoptive mom to 8 realistic dolls. Kelly White, 28, became interested in the realistic dolls after seeing a YouTube video showing off a collection. The cosplay lover had originally wanted to use the dolls as a prop, but began to feel attached to her. Over the last year, Kelly has grown her collection to 8. She used to breastfeed her younger dolls, but now bottle feeds them. The dolls are Jennifer, 2-year-old, Summer, twins Molly and Aunt. I'm not finished, you two. Ashley, Elizabeth, Michael, and Adam. She says, I've spent a couple of $1,000 on them. It's very worth it. Taking care of them is comforting. I make them breakfast, get them all dressed, watch movies with them. They go everywhere with me, and by 7 p.m., I get them all ready for bed. and I play some songs. So she's now confident going out with her dolls and takes them out to the park or to restaurants via a double stroller. But she says she does get negative comments online and in person, and she wants to adopt her own children, but is currently struggling to find work, stopping her dreams.
Who would want to send negative comments? I don't
Who would
understand.
ever do such a thing?
Who would do such a thing? I don't understand that. You know?
Listen to me.
Oh boy, I tell you, I'm in the wrong business.
I am in the wrong business.
No,
First of all, let me just say this, and this is not a
different.
negative comment,
Yeah.
but you will walk out of your room to find them dolly there sit up on your couch. If I would fret
Under the
or
moon,
frightened,
under the night.
should I take food out of the fridge, you know? This is a clear example, though, also of like, I hate to say it, but that's some first world stuff.
Yeah,
Yes.
Clearly.
100%.
Because there's just no...
100%.
And I'm sure, like, you know, I understand. My grandmother used to love dolls also. You know, she really loved her dolls. And she loved the lifestyle size, the one that were favorite people. But not to the point where we're, you know, making
Feeding them,
waffles.
breastfeed
Yes.
them.
We can't do that. So to me, that's really a... Anyway, it's time for a break.
A life-size husband to
Look
that,
here, come, please, come here, please come. Oh my God.
That's it for me.
That's all we have time for.
That's
the
it for me.
headlines. Coming
That's
up.
it.
Come, Auntie,
Listen,
coming
that's
up.
all we have this morning in headlines. Coming up, things will get blazing when we return. Lady the Flame will be in the building. Stick and stay.
My life size dollar them I get up to go school now.